Hello and welcome back to the Broken Respawn podcast, where we talk all things. It's the wrong button. I fail at running a flipping podcast, and these two are along for the ride. I'm TBSliver.
We ain't got no control in this.
No,
enjoy the free shout out for Argic.
The free shout out for Argic from last week. So if you haven't seen his one after this, go watch that one. It'll probably be the one that follows it off. I'm joined here today by the furry chinned SarinTal. It seems fluffier than normal.
Yeah, I was asleep like literally before this. I haven't done anything with my hair. I'm just
time zones suck.
Go.
And the ever-present Moogle on the end, delivering us all random facts. CaedesEnder.
Hello.
How are we all this fine day? How's it been?
It's been good.
Yeah, no, I woke up from a nap for this stream, so yeah.
I'm not drinking high energy drinks, but slurp.
Just turn the label.
I do have 2 cans of what my D&D group lovingly call Happy Make Feel Good downstairs.
Nice.
If you've not seen it, go watch Black Books. You'll get the reference.
Yes. Well, yeah. So, oh my god, so many things have happened in the last like week.
And I've missed them all.
Past 3 days.
Past 3 days, yeah. It's insane.
And I've missed them all, so I'm just trying to catch up on everything as we go.
Yeah, I know.
I've had my head buried into Warzone DMZ with Jet Black Wolf.
Yeah,
and a Mr. Titan.
Yeah, all the other members of the crew that the Broken Respawn podcast, Broken Respawn community. Oh my god, I should just give up today. The Broken Respawn community.
Take two, start again.
Right, okay. Hello and welcome to the Broken.
And now that everybody knows why we went with the term broken.
Oh god.
I'm glad that suggestion works.
Yep. Well, let's go for the absolute breaking news that we got literally dropped at us. What? Literally as we went live?
Literally as we went live, and I'm just like, and I'm still going about it. It's like, I need this.
Yep. The Mass Effect Cerberus Normandy SR2 replica is up for pre-orders out. What's BBTS?
Big Bad Toy Store.
That's a great name. That's an amazing name. And
that's pretty good.
They do a lot of I'm looking at their stuff right now. They do various stuff. So you got Transformers, DC, Marvel, Star Wars. Just basically any genre you could think of. They have some models and miniatures and something of it. So hell, let's look at the alien stuff quickly.
Oh god. Well, we've lost Sarin for the rest of the podcast. So
miniatures. No, yeah. I'm good.
I mean, you've been playing the Mass Effect games as one of your major playthroughs at the moment, isn't it?
It is. So. I really, now that I've caught up to where, so basically me and Chet were trying to get a certain achievement done in DMZ, which is why I didn't do any Mass Effect yesterday, because the season rolls over on the 15th, and I'm like, all right, let's try to get that achievement done. Let's
get all the bits, all the unlocks.
Get in there. All right, cool. I could do Mass Effect next week. What's next week? Wednesday? It's the 15th. Well, shit. Season 2 for DMZ starts that day.
It's nice knowing Mass Effect. So you're now a DMZ streamer.
No. I'll definitely do Mass Effect because I need to get that done before I get the new Star Wars game. That's the thing. I want to finish the Mass Effect story before I dive into another story, and then in my off-screen time, I'm replaying Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order as it is. So,
oh no, it's just I need to get around to playing Jedi Fallen Order because I actually now own a copy because I think it got given away on Epic.
I think so. Maybe, yeah. But it is a really good game.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times. I watched a lot of your playthrough.
And I'll make one suggestion: controller is your friend.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. It looks like it was, and I think it was said at release that it's pretty much a console game, which means it's designed for controllers.
It is designed for, like, you can play mouse and keyboard, but you do not get the same maneuverability as you do with the controller.
Yeah, it's same as playing something like Monster Hunter with keyboard and mouse. It's just not quite as fluid. There's some things that are minorly easier, but there
are some combos that are harder to pull off with mouse and keyboard than you can with the controller.
Yeah, and also like your muscle memory kicks in a lot harder with a controller. I've always found, especially with like dodging and blocking, because like, oh god, it's someone. On a keyboard, it's like my hand was in the wrong place and I hit Q. I died.
Oh man, I do that all the time. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go interact with this crate. Throws a grenade instead. Whoopsie.
That's not a lantern. For those that don't know, that's a regular occurrence of Makor, another a friend of ours who during Atlas constantly gets grenades and the lantern confused in Atlas. And so we'll turn on the lantern to see where's going. Wonder why it didn't turn on and then promptly explode. Oops.
Speaking of Atlas.
Oh god.
Yeah,
that's around season 4. Finally, how long has it been?
A year
3
and
years?
a half.
No, more than that.
We finished the end of season 3 was I want to say August 2021. We did do the Blackwood 3.5, which tided a lot of people over, but it was still not as much. It might have even been longer, to be fair, actually. I can't remember offhand.
It feels like long.
Yeah, but we're
too long. Everyone's got the itch. I just see the Discord channel just blowing up.
Oh god! I mean, you should have seen an admin. Like, you don't want to see an admin chat, but you should have seen an admin chat where I went away for a stream. Like, and I managed to read through all of it and literally went, holy crap, they're going to... Came back, there was 300 messages and they weren't liked. I was like, holy, what the...
Nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun, and you will see the start of the next test on my stream on the 17th, when we go live with the final test, hopefully the final test before the next season. Where we test out the skill tree and a few other bits and pieces. So stick around for that. Yeah, that's gonna be fun, and maybe we'll get joined by a Caedes in game. I think you've been
I haven't quite got around to downloading it yet, but I will.
It's 120 gig, so
I know it's fine. I'll get it. I intend to kind of just be a tag along and an odd job guy kind of thing rather than playing dedicated, but I do intend to jump in this season.
Yeah. Have you decided which company you're going to join?
I was pretty much thinking we were probably all going Blood Wolves, so why not stick with the peer pressure?
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, at least for the test, definitely Blood Wolves for me as well.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Because I can't escape. I am the cook.
Or
pardon?
Cook double OK or the other one?
Reference lost.
No, never mind. Moving on.
Move along.
Stream, I'll ask your mother.
Wow. Okay, that's an old reference.
Didn't you But because in order for Cook, Sliver needed fertilizer, and he had a whole bunch of pigs, and each pig was a different had a name. Was called shit, but in a different language. Oh god,
yes! I gave every single pig. Yeah, every single pig had a different word for shit as in the language. So Merde was one of them. I found the German the one. I don't think I called one Scheiße because that was too obvious. But I think I found like the Japanese one and stuff like that, and
yeah, you did
the pronunciation. So. That's gonna be fun to get into. Whether or not I am on Blood Wolves initially on the main season waits to be seen. Just in terms of my own time and stuff like that. And it might be I join Captain Jack on his traveling tours as just to save a little bit of havoc. Maybe if that falls through, I will probably end up a Blood Wolf, or I might just part-time. part-time taxi driver, part-time pirate.
Good source of information.
Planning. So that should be fun. But yes, so keep an eye on the Broken Respawn Discord and if you're in Armco, the Armco Discord, on the Atlas channels, there are notifications going out almost every bloody day at the moment with please can you look at the rules, because we are in the final drafting phases of the rules. And
please understand the rules.
Well, unfortunately,
we lost guidelines.
Guidelines. Unfortunately,
Not
the
for
person
us.
who wrote the person who wrote the rules is an ex-Blood Wolf and lawyer, actual physical lawyer in real life. Yeah. So they are written in lawyer speak, and I'll tell you what, they're dense. It's quite something.
It's rude.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Dear. I like that. Wow. Really.
Yeah, wow. But enough for upcoming events. How about we chat about a just past event?
The dense list that Nintendo gave us?
Yes. The out of left field, oh my god, this direct was full of just cool stuff. Like everyone expecting like one or two announcements that were going to be cool, and the rest to just be kind of meh. And then they came out with, well, everything?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so
I mean, like Splatoon 3 and Zelda itself were not in themselves surprising.
No.
But even Zelda had like you're putting what in the game? You're letting us build our own vehicles and airships?
I'm sorry,
what?
Oh yeah, no, they in the original Breath of the Wild, they've got a tool that allows you to freeze things in place. They seem to be expanding on that and allowing you to freeze things together. And you can build stuff. You can see him driving around on a scrap-built car. They've gone full crazy machine.
Scrap mechanic Zelda style.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they've also opened up the map by basically going Skyward Sword as well. So you've got infinite play area now because you have the sky. For a game that we were all like, yeah, it's going to be a new Breath of the Wild. We pretty much know what to expect. Nah, we didn't. We had no clue.
It out of left field. That is
interesting.
Awesome. Okay. I keep saying I've not played a Zelda. No, I have played a Zelda. I have at least one of them that I half completed right next to me, and I did complete Zelda DX on Game Boy. The one in my hand is Zelda Minish Cap, which we'll mention again in a moment.
I've not played any Zelda, I could honestly say that.
No.
I think Minish Cap's one of two I haven't beaten so far. I think it's literally that and annoyingly the other hat one, which is Majora's Mask. I've never beaten those two.
So I did play a little bit of whichever one it was on the Wii, the first one that came out on the Wii.
That would, if it was Wii exclusive, that would be Skyward Sword. If it was also on GameCube, that would be Twilight Princess.
I think it was Skyward Sword.
Was it very dark, and did you have a wolf?
It's been 15 years.
It's been a minute.
No, I'm going to say Skyward.
Skyward, probably. It was fun. I never completed it because it was a friend's Wii in the front room at my student digs, so I never really managed to play through it. But are you saying that you haven't played Minish Cap though, or any Zelda? That's now a bit easier from another announcement they threw out, which is they've now in their subscription service they've got for the Nintendo Online. The extended one. I think it's in the extended one. They've brought out Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games.
Game Boy and Game Boy Color are in the basic subscription. Game Boy Advanced is in the expanded subscription.
Right. I have the expanded subscription, so I didn't know what was in what. And I was just able to go install both.
Yeah. Those announced yesterday, dropped straight away. Available now.
Yeah, available. Now. Already installed.
Wow.
I downloaded and installed it, yeah. So they've got Zelda DX Special Edition, which is the version I've got, and two other versions. Metroid 2...
The two other Zeldas are, in my opinion, the best Zeldas ever made. They're called the Seasons games. The Oracle games. One is Oracle of Seasons, one is Oracle of Ages. And when you complete the story on one, it gives you a code to put into the other to play the B-side of the other game.
Oh,
so each of those games is actually 2 separate games that interlink.
That's on Game Boy Advance?
No, that should be on Game Boy Color. They did release on Advance in Japan, but I don't think it released worldwide on Advanced.
On an actual closer look, it's 3 versions of Zelda DX, but one in, English, one in French, one in German. Go figure. But those are the versions that are on there. And then on the Game Boy Advance, which I've now got to open the other software, I think they've got a much more limited selection. But I mean, this. Shut up, you.
No.
It's just screaming at me. This does actually highlight like something that Nintendo did a couple of years ago now, when they went after the ROM archiving sites.
Yeah.
And basically beat them down with legalese to basically say, stop publishing our ROMs. Which, they're in the legal grey area. Nintendo have the rights to do that, but they kind of ignored them for... When did the Game Boy come out? Very long time.
Pre-1998, because I was still in my family home at that point.
Yeah. So, but with that, I mean, they started beating them out. And I'm fine. I'm very happy that they've actually come out with something from it. I would not be surprised if the ROMs that are on here are, like, literally digital... like literal clones of the ones that were on the ROM sites, like they just went yoing. I mean, of course, they have access to the originals, hopefully.
I mean, Nintendo defend their IP viciously at all times, so much that they once copyright stroke themselves. They really... Oh, yeah, no, it happens all the time. They will give people footage to use as part of promos for their games, and then copyright strike them when they publish the video on YouTube. It's ridiculous. But to finally see them do something sensible and bring out the material that they are defending and giving people a reason not to emulate it or to pirate it, it's an absolute no-brainer. Why would you not do that?
I am all
in this case, especially if you can get recurring revenue out of it.
Yeah, I think that, and I also think that's a great, like, even if I only play one game a year for the price, I'm paying. Oh well, if especially if it's a longer one like Zelda, where you will sink 20 to 30 hours in, that's still only £35 for the whole bundle.
I believe it went up. I think it's 45 now.
Is it 45? I've not paid attention, but that's for a year, and that's like
you're paying AAA price a year for what is essentially every single generation of console except N64, realistically, which is going to go on there, plus Mega Drive.
N64.
Sorry, GameCube. I do apologize. I meant GameCube.
GameCube and GameCube, Wii, and Wii U are the 3 that are not on yet.
Yeah,
yet.
I think some GameCube games will. They'll probably get some choice games on there. I don't think they'll ever put Wii on. If they do, it'll just be the Wii Virtual Console.
Well,
which is basically what it already is.
They have the problem with that, with like the Wiimotes are a bit more of a difficulty. Although it could get them reselling Wiimotes. I could see them redoing a Wiimote and bar thing that works with the Switch. That would be cool as an add-on.
I mean, you probably use the Joy-Cons.
It's partly the tracking, but they do actually have that sort of thing on some of them. So maybe they could do it. Maybe
it's got fairly good tracking. Like, I mean, because the tracking, like, if you did in a game like Ring Fit.
Yeah. Or Ring Fit only used like rough tracking. Motion. But yes, I know it. I have seen it with like reasonable motion tracking as well, because they have got the full gyro thing you get in. Like,
and then one of the Wiimotes has the IR sensor on the top of it, so
it's on the bottom. Actually.
Someone actually basically ripped them open and got 2 of the IR, the right pads for the Switch, hooked them into the Wii, and used them as a sensor bar. They're pretty accurate.
Oh, okay. That's good to know then. So in actuality, they could do.
Nintendo have a weird habit of releasing oddly specifically good hardware. This one was more specifically the Pokemon Company, but when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, they had a pedometer in the special edition. You could link a Pokemon to and walk around to get 3 levels a day or something on.
Yeah.
That was the most accurate pedometer ever released at the time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find mine now because I have it somewhere around my desk here.
I have the box. I sadly damaged my Pokemon Walker, so I need to buy another one. It's like going to be like £50.
Oof. Get it before they stop producing them then, because they
stopped producing them ages ago. This is all.
Yeah, I mean, you could always try and repair it. Because, I mean, if you're going to replace it anyway, you may as well try to repair it.
Don't even know where it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that.
Lost a house move somewhere along the line.
Yeah. No, I know that. I know that feeling. I keep finding things. It's like, I thought I lost that in the move. I've only been moved like 2-3 months, but it's like, I've not seen that, and I've been looking for it. Where the hell have you been? I mean, yeah, there's variety of stuff. I keep finding it. Mostly, I find them in backpacks. Because at the last minute, I was like, I need to put. I just need to fucking stuff it in there, close it. Right, put that in the van. That's how the last end of the move went for me. It's just like, have I got something that will carry stuff? Cool, that is now carrying stuff. It's crazy, but yes, no, I'm slowly finding everything. Yeah. There's so many other games though that have been announced, even in that video. Like one that I know for a fact, Caedes probably has already pre-ordered.
Oh yeah,
Pikmin 4.
Oh yeah, Pikmin now has Friend Doggo. And as much as everybody is super hyped because cute, fluffy, two-legged Doggo is always going to be a fan favorite. I'm trying to keep a level head about it, and honestly, it doesn't really add that much to the gameplay, as much as what they've done with the other stuff in the game.
Yeah,
like they've got the ice Pikmin now, which allows you to freeze enemies, and water to walk on. That opens up the scope for so many more puzzles. The dog seems like a quality of life thing. It allows you to do things quicker.
Oh, so they haven't just rested on the. Almost.
You can ride it. It can swim. The Pikmin can go on it to get across water, which again, obviously, you can do with the ice Pikmin, and it counts as 10 Pikmin for the purpose of carrying things.
Oh.
So if you've got something that takes 10, he can do it on his own. You've still got all your Pikmin. And it can break through obstacles like the Reds can. It seems like a quality of life thing.
You may get the Doggo first, and then have to unlock more because you need more than 10 for anything. Yeah,
and then he'll get new abilities, and you'll train him as he goes through it. You know, you've got the water Pikmin. Okay, cool. The dog's now learned to go in the water. That's kind of how I'm expecting it. But they haven't just rested on their laurels and gone, let's just add one new feature.
No, and
they've also then expanded the puzzles, expanded the bosses, give us a new Pikmin that we've never seen before. Also included the heavy and the rock Pikmin as well, by the look of things. So we're only missing the fairy and the nocturnal, I think.
Well, there's the little white one. Hang on a minute, I'm just looking at the...
Oh, no, yep, sorry, no, the little white one is there. I can't see him. Yeah. He was hidden away.
A minute.
So we're just missing the fairy, the pink Pikmin. That's the only one we're missing from this game, I think. Which is...
Let's risk a copyright strike. But yes, because as we're talking about Pikmin... Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Tinykin so much. I need to go back and finish that game because it's basically 2D Pikmin in 3D light. Basically, it's a beautiful art style they did.
It's. I think Pikmin Light is the right way of describing it. It is definitely the core of Pikmin, but there's something about the charm of Pikmin and the motion controls that really just sets it apart for me.
Yeah. I mean, I've always loved like the art style and the idea of it. The Pikmin, it's straight up just a puzzle game. Move A to B. There's no like combat or anything. Well, is there combat?
Oh yeah, no, there's full combat.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Oh yeah. You kind of had it in Tinykin where you would sacrifice a specific number of reds to blow something up. In this, if you mess up, your Pikmin will get eaten and they will die, and you will have to go and find more. There is full combat, boss fights, and everything.
Oh, I see the flame guy. Yeah. So, but they respawn at certain places, so it's just
no. So there's essentially those flowers with the numbers on. If they're red, and you get that dictates how many Pikmin you need to carry them. They will take it back to your pod, and that will cultivate 10 of that color. Essentially, so you're limited to the number of flowers, and you can also get enemies. And if you've got the blue Pikmin to take back an enemy corpse, that will spawn more blue Pikmin, and there's a couple of other things as well. But there is a finite number of Pikmin.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna get. I mean,
you can leave the level and come back, and then they respawn, but technically finite.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah. So yeah, they will respawn eventually. Like if you lose all the ones you needed, or I think.
While there isn't usually a time limit, the games are divided into days, and the idea is to get off the planet in as fewer days as possible. So there's kind of that speedrun element to it as well, of try and do things optimally, try not to mess up and lose people. It's pretty good.
I mean, the boss fights I'm seeing right now are just utterly bemusing, like giant caterpillar thing.
Yeah.
What?
The giant sluggo that just rolls over everything will wipe out your entire army in one shot. That's it. Restart the level. Leave for the day, come back.
Yeah, and that's July 21st that comes out. So, well, the middle of the year's packing up quite heavily. Holy crap. That's terrifying. But and again, that was just one of the games announced. Like, other big one was Metroid Prime.
Remastered.
Yeah, remaster of Metroid Prime. Considering
another series I have not played.
I've tried playing Metroid because it's on Switch on the online SNES. Was it SNES?
Actually, you've not played many Zeldas. You've not played many Metroids.
No,
I was never. I was never a Nintendo kid.
There's a ROM hack in the speedrun community that you can get, and they've basically mashed the two together and built it to be designed for co-op speedrunning. And it's essentially, I think it's Link's Awakening, but you start off in Metroid, but there's an extra door on the first level, and if you go through that door, you're now playing Zelda Link's Awakening. And then if you go back through the house that spawned it, you're back in Metroid. And you can have it so that the items that you need for Zelda can spawn in either Hyrule or Mustafar or Nosfair, whatever the planet's called. And there's a full crossover where you are playing both games at once. And it'd be perfect for you guys to play on a Wednesday, because one of you can play Metroid and be running through and say, okay, I need the rocket to get through here. And the other one's like, oh, I saw that. It's in the fire temple.
Actually, that's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way of getting into both of them at the same time and having a bit of co-op fun as well.
I hope
that
they
might
called
be interesting.
Yeah, I hope they called it something like Zeldroid.
I think it's called Metroid: A Link to the Past or something like that.
Yeah,
it's Legend of Metroid: A Link to the Past.
Oh, that works. Yeah.
Find that and send that to us, because definitely.
I could definitely see
I'm not gonna lie, because
being cool for us.
I saw you guys playing Gears of War, and I'm like, okay, I don't really want to jump on that and play Gears of War with Sliver, as well, because he's already playing through with Caedes. I'm like, I wonder if Army of Two is available anywhere. Nope, gone off of everything. If you do already own it,
if you grab it from a cheap second-hand shop, and you own Game Pass Ultimate, you can play it through Xbox Online on 360.
Yep,
you can just put the disc in and play it.
They shut down the servers, didn't they?
Nope, we were playing Gears of War through those connections. Gears
of War was local hosted even for ranked play.
Here's the problem: I don't have an Xbox.
It sucks.
360. Ironically, I don't think 360s are expensive. They're on that cusp of starting to go up in price because they're third gen. They're three generations.
You can still get some of the games for £1.50.
Yeah.
So get them now while they're hot.
Gears 3 was £1.50. Perfect Dark was £3. I need to actually check the Perfect Dark still works. I never actually booted it up, but never mind.
But speaking of Gears of War, we have specifically said that when it gets to the more than 2-player, we should definitely have you on if we can. If we get you a 360 and a copy of the game, we will definitely be having a 4-player game on that.
Yeah, I can you could do a randomizer 3-player, couldn't you? Because that would be cool to get Sarin into.
Yeah, no, the randomizers basically work. You're both playing it separate, but on the same seed. So the items are in the same place. So there's essentially no limit to how many people can play a randomizer. Okay. I believe the Metroid Link to the Past one is designed for up to 8 before it starts getting a bit funky.
That gets a bit fun. The problem is I'd have a bit more of a look with Zelda just because I have played a couple of them. Metroid I'm so lost on, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Is it worth even looking at those if we haven't, like, without playing the original game first through?
Well, that's what I was going to say. If you play a randomizer first and it's something you enjoy, there's nothing to stop you then going back and playing the original game. Because you've played it on a randomizer, you won't know where everything is by default. You still have to learn the game and be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's where that item is. That story element comes first. You can't do that until you've got this.
Yeah.
So playing a randomizer first weirdly doesn't spoil the game as much as you'd think.
Right. I always wondered about with randomizers whether not that it spoils the game, but that you need to know more about the game to play it. Like,
if you're talking full speedrun strats, definitely you need to know where. I need the hook shot to get into this dungeon, so there's no point in going to that dungeon.
Yeah.
But no, some of the story walls are taken out of the speedrun ROM hacks, so you don't really need to care that much.
Yeah, I know for a fact with Metroid, like, last time I played through it, I was completely lost for a bit, because I'd done like the very first bit where you go left and then down a bit and then do a couple of bits and then come back up and you pick up the rocket, and then I was like, I can't get through the door. How do I get through? What? How do I? Huh? Huh? Yeah. And then I accidentally did it while trying to when getting annoyed trying to kill something, missed, hit the door and the door open. I was like, I've wasted 3 hours. 3 hours just bashing my head against a wall because
that's the joy of playing in co-op. You can teach each other things you learn as you go through. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, that might be another thing to do, is that we play through the same game vanilla at the same time.
Yeah,
maybe. But the randomizer does give a little bit more of a side thing. I mean, I know with randomizers, the other way you can do it is a race, but you need to know the game at that point. You don't want to do a race against someone that even partially knows the game, because you end up confused.
And we all know my attention towards games goes toward not really the platformers, and that's why it's hard for me to get into those old style games. Like even playing the original Pokemon, would be a little rough for me, just because I do like the newer graphics and everything.
I could see the Zelda one being good for you then, but good because that's actually one of the 3D.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild and the new one. Yeah, those definitely caught my interest.
Yeah,
it's just I haven't had a Switch till the past couple of years. I mean, might be when I pick up. Who knows?
Yeah.
No. I'd recommend it. It's Breath of the Wild is a weird one because the game is skippable. You can just skip the game if you want, but if you want to take your time and explore it like an open world game, I found it very interesting. Tedious in places for sure. And
I'm sorry, but Tears doesn't say it's not skippable. You can build a flying machine and go anywhere you want.
I think you sold him on I can build shit.
We don't know how that's going to work, but by the look of things, that game is going to be completely ripped apart. And
I'm looking at one of the images, and it literally looks like a vehicle we built in scrap mechanics.
Oh no!
It literally is elements just cobbled together to make a vehicle. It's full on.
I'm fairly sure we crashed that into several trees, and then you ran me over with it.
Probably.
Okay, so they've straight up like. Let me just let me share with class. What? It's if the ancient Mayans decided, you know what we need? A car.
Yeah,
and then had me and Sliver design it.
Now,
cobble it.
The thing that's interesting me about that screen is the back wheel that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's got very clearly on it arrows pointing the way it's going to rotate.
Yeah.
I think that's a tool, because it's very specifically a green glowing arrow. I think that's one of the new tools that you've got, which allows you to do that, like in the other one where you could freeze an object and then hit it to make it build up inertia.
If you go to the other image,
the one where he's pulling it out of the sea.
Yeah, pulling it out of the sea, yeah.
Or oil. Yeah.
Whatever.
So it looks like
there are those arrows there. Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I wonder if you have to find a left and a right. You can't have two right ones.
Yeah, well, you could in a circle.
You could.
Yeah.
And we know how. Do you remember our music box, Sliver?
Oh my god, yes, it nearly sent me to orbit.
Yeah.
That was I made the first flying contraption without thrusters in Scrap Mechanic.
Oh my god, that shit was hilarious.
The clip of me on that is just it's entire hatred to listen to, because I'm a seat on a thing that's spinning as a music box, making noise, and all you can hear is me pissing myself laughing in the background. This thing going like, imagine if oh god, what's the like? You got one of those music little spinny music boxes, but you put it through a phaser and shook it violently near a microphone. That's what it sounded like. It was just,
As I'm watching him, go higher and higher in orbit, because it's not a perfect circle, because you can't make perfect circles in that game. So there are panels that are on an angle, and the force of the spin is causing the panel to open up. Thereby, the force of the panel opening up is sending him higher and higher into the air.
Yeah. It was like a space engineer's clang generator, clang drive. But
no, it was like my space engineer's salvage crane that hooked onto its own wheel and then just took off in the orbit.
Oh yes. Because he went, I'm linked to something that's linked to me, that's linked to something else. I'm going to lift it. Ship goes with it.
Yeah, basically.
It's like uh oh. That never came back down. I think it lagged the server.
It did.
Oh dear. But yes, I mean, okay, yeah.
If you let me at this game, I'm gonna break the physics of it, Nintendo.
Oh, no.
Your challenge is on.
Oh god,
yeah.
the broken physics in Zelda? Never. Yeah.
Right. If you want to see broken physics, look up something in the Breath of the Wild called blissing. BLISS. It is insane. And if they can do that without scrap mechanics, what they can do with scrap mechanics is going to blow minds. It's going to be amazing.
That's the... Is that the hitting it in a certain direction, freezing it, hitting it, jumping on it, or is that something different?
It's an expansion of that, where you basically... You drop a bomb, because you've got two types of bomb, a circle and a square, one to roll, one to not. You drop a bomb, get another one out, and then as it explodes, something like put the other bomb away, and he launches you into the air completely uncontrollably. It's supposed to be like, to the moon.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. But if you rapidly spam left and right on your D-pad and jump and then keep tapping down, you can just control it enough to navigate yourself.
Oh god.
And then drop out the sky and land where you need to. It's absolute madness level of skill needed to perform it. But if they can do that without the scrap mechanics, this is going to be good.
I mean, we found a new mode of travel in scrap mechanic with the Ferris wheel of doom.
Yeah. Because it was literally a Ferris wheel with a stick off it. And so it was just a doom wheel. It was just a doom wheel, and it was
No. The Ferris wheel of doom that sent you flying to the water, the two seats.
Oh, yes. Yeah, high-speed rotor with two bars on it and a seat at either end. Turn it on. Wait a few seconds for it to spin up with you on. Press a button. It releases you at the top of it, and you just go yeet.
Actually, it released Sliver into the ground. He ragdolled from the ground and went flying off of the. I still have that clip.
It was so funny. Scrap mechanic was beautifully broken.
Oh my god!
We definitely need
to play that again. Yeah. I think that's one we need to pull up again and see how far. Because now there's subterranean stuff available in it as well.
God, we're going to glitch through the floor. Scrap Mechanic was definitely one of those games. I can't remember how many hours do I even have in Scrap Mechanic? 48 hours. And most of that was so much sheer just hilarity. What was it? We made, wasn't it in like one of the creative days or just off stream? We made an entire lorry. Like you made a full front of it. The front is it
front and back. We made the full front and back,
and then we made the back transform into a openable stage, and then we put a music box inside it and had like lights and everything that went off, and then it crashed.
My computer couldn't handle it. It was running on my old computer, so I'm pretty sure we'd be able to get it running now.
Yeah.
I'm installing Scrap Mechanic right now. It's 9 gigs.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to wait till after stream, obviously. But yeah, no, that's oh god, definitely recommend Scrap Mechanic for anyone who has like an itch for building games. It's got such a simplified but great mechanical method.
It is, to put it in perspective, you could build a very simple car with the parts that provide you. You could have it powered by either the in-game engine or by the cows.
Yep.
Yes. You could have a cow-powered vehicle.
Yep. Either as a treadmill or they're pulling it or whatever. It works. Because you can, I think...
all the way up to building a fully functional Gundam.
Yeah. Not even joking. They have...
Old.
They have... because they've got... it's not like wires and stuff. There's sort of a wire level on top of it in like in a virtual space, so you just hook things together. And they have stuff like
the programming blocks and everything, like timer blocks and or everything.
Yeah, so I'm just looking up the Gundams, and yes, someone has built a fully functional and very accurate X Gundam.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's impressive. Can drive that, and then you can and the way the whole thing works is you can actually, if you're careful about it, build your base into that and just walk around the area and just oh right, we found some cool stuff, and just stop. Right. Robots. And then the farms, the automating the farming was just utterly balmy as well.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah. We ended up with such an insane farm that things got trapped in because they didn't know which thing to hit.
Is that my segue? Do I get to talk about farms now?
Yes, go.
You get to talk about farms.
Yes, there is also a half farming game. To be fair, it is farming light, but there's essentially a competitor for Animal Crossing coming out called Fantasy Life.
Oh yeah,
it's more. It seems to be more heavy on the slice of life and even slightly RPG as well. But it's got farming elements, so I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the girl who steals time.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find
give me pretty scenery and a plot of land to grow shit on, and I'm a happy chappy.
Yeah, no, I can get you on that.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting looking one as well.
Yeah, graphically it seems a bit like it's definitely aiming for the Animal Crossing cutesy vibe, which perfectly fine. Got no objection to that at all. Well, let's face it,
isekai style thing. I'm going to send you back 1,000 years. I mean, that's like probably the entirety of the plot.
I imagine it to be more, how to word it, more Chrono Trigger, where you can go back and forth. I think it's going to be that kind of. But yeah, I mean, you can see from the trees and the terrain building, it is pretty much going to be an Animal Crossing competitor.
Yeah. Like the animations, the Animal Crossing ishness. Although the fact that you
I'm kind of seeing like Animal Crossing. I'm looking at Animal Crossing / Monster Hunter there for a second.
Well, with the whole dragon thing, I was looking at it more like Dragon Quest Builders. You know, that level of combat's in, it's definitely there.
Is it co-op?
It may not be good, but I think it probably won't be in this case. Let me just check. I don't know if they've listed. No, it's completely TBD on all things, so we don't know yet.
Right.
I feel like that's something they would have made a bigger thing of.
It might be they haven't put. Maybe.
Travel between the past and the present to unravel mysteries, popular characters from the series returning, completely new entry, build your own city and go on adventures to a new island. So if it is, it's probably going to be Animal Crossing level where you can just visit other people's islands.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will be.
Yeah, it's level 5 who also did Ni no Kuni and Yokai Watch.
Yeah.
No, not level 5 Coda UK. That's going to be definitely the wrong people. Can I have a link to their website, please? Do they have a website? Oh, it's going to be Japanese. Of course it is. So I'm just trying to find a website so I can read it. Price to be it's even on their website. Price, everything else to be decided.
Yeah, we've literally know it's coming out, and that's pretty much it at this point. Everything else is TBD.
So that's.
But yeah, no, it looks pretty good. I think as a nice sit down, chill off stream, it's gonna be my kind of game for sure.
Yeah, I could do with one that I get onto at the ground sfloor, because even though I got Animal Crossing and sunk a fair amount of time into it, I never got that far into it because of the real-time aspect of it. Like, I couldn't just sink a day into it and get somewhere. It was like you had to sink maybe an hour onto it, which is good, but also like I was bored and had nothing else to do for the day. And I just bought this game. It's like, and I've now done everything I can do today, and the only thing I can do is either wait for tomorrow or change the time on my Switch.
Yeah, there's definitely an aspect of that, and I think that especially this version of Animal Crossing, when it came out at exactly the right time with the pandemic, it was perfectly timed, accidentally, of course. I'm not in any way insinuating that Nintendo knew the pandemic was coming.
Oh my word.
The amount, just the sheer amount of things you could do, even though some of it was, especially the first week, was time gated. I think a lot of the popularity of that game was because of when it released. And I do worry that a lot of games like this that are trying to come in late and steal that audience, they're not going to see the same reception just because people don't have the time anymore. People don't work from home anymore as much.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be sat here waiting for a call to come in playing Animal Crossing. It doesn't happen anymore because, even though I do work from home, you don't have the time anymore. You've got too much to do these days.
Yeah.
But you can go outside as well.
Yeah, we're allowed outside again, people.
Yeah.
Not that most of us want to, but
I want more games like this to succeed, and I want them to expand more into the yes, I want Animal Crossing, yes, I want Harvest Moon, now kiss. It's
okay. Yes.
If Animal Crossing had the same level of daily farming that you can do in Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons or Ranch Life or any of them, I'd still be playing that game.
Yeah,
I really would. And I put 160 hours into Animal Crossing before I got rid of my Switch Lite.
Yeah,
and then put another 300 hours into it. I
think the scale, the want for something that has something that changes every real life day that you play it. Cool.
Yeah.
But I don't want my playtime limited by that. I want to be able to do as much as I want in it, and then tomorrow come back and something's changed and I could do something else. Maybe that is when the shop refreshes. But but otherwise I can just keep on playing and keep doing things and progress something permanently. Like,
it's having enough in the game to allow you to play it for a couple of hours until you want to stop.
Yeah.
But also gating content to make you have to and want to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
hard to judge.
Harvest Moon has the play as much as you want because you can go to sleep and it's the next day. Whereas Animal Crossing has the gated content of you're going to come back tomorrow. You are going to come back and play this every day this week because at the end of the week, you've got your turnips to sell. You need to make the money off the turnips, and then also you've got the end of the month because the season's going to change, so you need to get this fish because it's not going to be around next season, and the new fish are coming in for next season, and there was so much to do. And I think if you just added you can grow your own crops on top of that, that would balance out there's enough to do in a day. You can spend 3 hours doing everything, and then a couple of hours catching bugs if you want to.
And especially at the very beginning, like, when you've only been in there a bit, you get like your first day, you're doing so many different little bits and pieces. The next day, like your first 2 or 3 days, you've kind of got something. And after that, it's, if you didn't set things up quite right, you're now spending a week setting stuff up that you've got to wait a day for it to cycle. Like, you plant a load of trees, you've got to wait a day for them to grow. You do a load of things, and like you're there paying for 15 minutes, and you're like, well, I'm done. The only thing I could do is wander around my island and talk to things, maybe catch a bug. That's
why I was quite happy to start again when I got rid of my Switch and got the bigger version.
Yeah.
Because you can't transfer your island. You couldn't transfer your island then. You can now.
Yeah. You have to have Switch Online,
But
I think.
I was quite happy to. But I was quite happy to start again because it meant I could start from scratch, and I knew what I was doing this time. I wasn't going to place things in the wrong place. wasn't going to look at something and go, really wish I'd have placed that 2 squares to the left. Which, because of the way the mechanics in the game work, I can't just move it 2 spaces to the left. I've got to pay $5,000 to move it to an entirely different plot.
Oof.
Wait a day for it to finish. Pay again to move it back to the same plot but 2 spaces to the left.
Yeah.
It's.
If it had a planning section where, like, you could rearrange the entire island and the next day it's done, that would actually be fine because you could just sit there dicking around with it for most of a day and think, right, okay, go. The Sims style one, but it takes a day to deploy. Yeah, no, that would make sense because you can continue. That was and do the rest another of part of the gate.
Yeah, it was another part of the gatekeeping as well, that you've got a bridge that's being built tomorrow. You've paid for it. All you need to do is wait for it to be built. Yeah. So because all the island staff are working on that, you can't move a house, you can't move the museum, you can't build another bridge, you can't get anything ready for the next step. You've got to wait until midnight, turn your game off, turn it back on again, then start one project for that day.
Yeah.
And it definitely did. Because you didn't know what was coming, you didn't know you were going to get a museum if you'd never played it before, you didn't know you were going to be able to terrain manage if you'd not looked it up. You didn't have the ability to plan ahead.
No. And you can definitely tell that was something that they felt probably not that they screwed up, but that they needed to address with the expansion, because I think all the expansion bits are non-time gated. Like, you can go to the multiple islands as many times as you like on a tour. You can go and do
They're gated in other ways.
Yeah.
So they have travel tokens which cost a specific type of currency, which is limited. So they do gate it in other ways, but gating it behind real time was I think something they will move away from, and all other games like Fantasy Life should definitely move away from.
Yeah. Gating certain things behind real time, I can see, like, things for getting people to come back, yes. Because that's like, I mean, the perfect example is Warzone. Sarin and Jet grinding through the last bit because what's happening is going away
not going away. So it's not going away. Basically, it's a new season. So things you've collected up until now, keys, things, mission progresses, those are being reset. So what we wanted to get to a point where, because the way the game works is you have one insured weapon slot to start.
Yeah.
When you complete missions for the 3 factions up to tier 3, then you get your second insured slot, and then again you get a third insured slot if you do it up to level tier 5 for those missions. But we weren't too worried about getting to the third weapon slot. It's just we wanted to get to that second one because if you do have an unfortunate event where you do wipe, you have an ability to bring a second insured weapon with you. Not going in empty-handed, going, I don't have any collected weapons.
Yeah. But that's still time. It's still time gated in. You've got to finish it by then. And a lot of the things, like last time I played, I looked at it and went, right, if I played every single day and I played all the spare time I had, like 2 or 3 hours every day from now till the end of the season, I would just about be able to unlock everything. And obviously now I'm nowhere. I really can't do that. But it's a time gating by side effect. Like,
I also don't know when the season 1 started, right? Because me and Jet jumped into season 1 fairly late in the game.
Yeah, true.
I always go back to when I'm talking about time gating or in-game purchases. I always go back to the same game, and it's Warframe. Mm-hmm. It takes you, if you don't want to pay real money, it takes you a minimum of 84 hours to build a Warframe. After you've farmed it, you've got to build each individual component, which take 12 hours each, but you can do those all at once. And then you combine them into a frame, which takes 72 hours.
Yeah.
That is a long time to wait for your new content to be available. But there's 82 hours worth of content to play while you're waiting. Yeah. You're not just, right, okay, I'll come back in 5 days.
Yeah. It's the using the content gated versus game gated. Yeah, I mean, that's
exactly what it is. And I always refer to it as, yes, you can speed it up. You can pay platinum to go, no, you know what? Instant build, give it me now. But all you've done is take away that opportunity to farm the next thing.
Yeah.
So you're paying to not play rather than paying to have a chance at playing.
Yeah, especially as if you get the... I mean, this is what I think... I can't remember if Argic said it on stream or not, but this is something he found with Warframe, was he got the frame he wanted from the get-go, played that frame, leveled it all the way up, and then stopped playing. It was just like, I've done all I want to do. Yay, okay, that's 30 hours. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I had fun.
He hit his enjoyment. I mean, I personally have got 1,000 hours in it, and up until the point I stopped playing, I had every single Warframe. Each, apart from one of them. Well, I got the one for free, and then I bought one because it was a Grenadier, and I love Grenadier style. So other than that, all the other 30 frames I had built using that 72-hour wait process.
Right.
And during each of them, you've got your frame, you level it up while the next frame is building by farming the subsequent frame. Yeah. So you're leveling frame 1 while frame 2 is building while you're farming frame 3. As soon as frame 2's finished, you level 2, build 3, farm 4.
Yeah.
There's a constant flow. Through. And that's what a lot of farming games lack. They don't have the flow. Sometimes you do feel like in-game time is 12 o'clock and I've got nothing to do. So I'm going to go to bed and make the next day happen. There's no extra or no energy available to go and do something else that day. You feel like I've got to end it here.
Yeah.
And I hope Fantasy Life is going to hit that balance.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is where, I mean, that actual I've run out of stamina sort of thing for the day really hurts. And it's probably one of the reasons why I've never managed to get myself into the farming sim games as much, because of that. And now I can't, I'm stuck. I can't do thing because, you know, there's no... you end up starting up early and you run out of stamina by like 10 o'clock. It's like, oh, my character is has literally keeled over asleep, and it's next day. It's like, I had so many things I needed to go to do. Oh, for fuck's sake! And now I've got to wait a week. Yeah, because I screwed up and needed to pull planet, and it's just like. I don't want this much stress from my game.
Where you can get energy back from food, and back to nature. It's a Wonderful Life, and also Stardew Valley, which, let's face it, is the boss. They have at certain points you can get to a hot spring where you can spend in-game time to regen that in-game energy.
Okay,
and that's a nice balance to have. Of yes, I can go and waste an hour, but that allows me to do 3 hours more work. Or I can just go to the shop, pay 600 quid and buy a salad. Why a salad is 600 quid, Gus? I don't know what you've got in there.
And that's got to be good salad.
but that refills your energy pretty much completely. So for 600 quid, you can... Sorry, no, it's 200 quid. For relatively cheap in-game money, you could refill your energy and just carry on.
Yeah.
And if you can make it 200 quid back with the energy you've got from it. So it's a constant net positive.
That's definitely a good side of things. Yeah, no, and this is and I mean, hell, I can always ask Caedes which one do you think would work for me from a farming game? But also, I've got so many other games.
Right. As a last word, you cannot deny that Stardew Valley is the best farming game ever made.
I will never deny that. It has proven itself time and time again with every single other one that's come out. I am waiting for the day when it gets dethroned, and when it gets dethroned, that is going to be a day to see.
Yeah. But the reason it's so good for new people is, and I hate to use the comparison, but it's Skyrim. If you don't like something, you can mod it. You don't like the fishing element, put an auto fishing mod in.
Yeah.
I grew up with farming games where when you went indoors, time stopped. Stardew doesn't do that, but there's a mod that lets it. So you can balance the game and make it as easy or as hard as you want, and that's why it is the perfect game.
Yes,
especially on Steam Deck.
A portable Stardew, perfect.
And it's available everywhere. You can get it on Steam, you can get it on console, you can get it on Android, you can get it on Switch.
And it's just crossplay.
I believe not for mobile or Switch.
But between switches and between mobiles, I think allowed.
Mobile is always a version behind, so that's never crossplay. Switch, I doubt it's crossplay because they don't particularly do it.
But you can play with other Switch people, which is not too bad. Yeah, no, I mean that's fair, and yeah, that's the other thing is multiplayer. Random, quickly going back to the Call of Duty one. The season started on November 14th, so yeah, you missed about half a month maybe. You started it just before Christmas?
No, I didn't start just before. I started last month.
Oh, okay. Wow. You've actually done really well. Well done. It's great. Yeah, you had 3 extra. You were 3 months behind. Well done. But yeah, no, and as our ever-present moderator has noted, I have a game I did finish, Hi-Fi Rush, and I can't talk about it yet because Caedes will kill me because he wants to play it. And I know
I've got to mute myself for a little while.
No, I'm not, because I don't want to ruin it for Sarin either. Because I think that's a game that even Sarin should try.
Yeah, that's another one I'm going to play just in casual.
Yeah.
My list is already long enough as it is, and then there's a baby on the way. So
as a minor thing, it's a rhythm game, and you can complete it in. I think I took like 11, 12 hours on hardest difficulty, or hardest available difficulty.
I heard it referred to as "Devil May Cry Me a River," as in the Justin Timberlake song.
Yes.
And now I can't unhear that.
Yes. Okay. Devil May Cry Me a River. That's perfect. Yeah. I will say, I loved the gameplay. I loved the character design. I loved the art. I loved the music. And I played the DMCA safe music, which is a good thing for them as well to do. They actually
more and more devs are doing. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and it's got post end game stuff to do. Main story, yeah. How long to beat says 10 hours. And yeah, it's about right. So it's not a long game, but there's a lot extra to do.
Right. We probably should look at wrapping up. I've just seen we've been going an hour already.
We have.
Do we want to do a quick roundup of the other
what was the other
Nintendo games?
Oh, the only other one I'd say I want to keep an eye on is the Mega Man. I know that's available on Steam. I'm keeping an eye on that for when the price drops.
Yep. I was going to say it's actually quite an interesting thing. There's a lot of these games that are available on more than just the Switch, which is unusual for a Nintendo console.
Mm-hmm.
They're all third party, you'll notice.
Yeah. There's no Nintendo stuff on first party. The one that I'm looking forward to and will probably buy as soon as it comes out is Wheel of Katamari. Wheel of Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie. I think those are expansion packs for it. I loved Beautiful Katamari and the other Katamari ones.
Yeah, my list is quite large, unfortunately, because it was
a non-Nintendo game that I'm gonna try to convince the missus to let me buy is the Hogwarts Legacy.
Let us know how that is. There is so much controversy around that I am not touching that with a barge pole.
I will play it, but it's not one I'm that into, so I'll just wait for a sale. But from what I've seen gameplay-wise, very, very good. Regardless of the controversy around it, the game itself seems solid, so that's good. No,
yeah, and that's definitely a thing that I will consider on that. But I also I'm more on it as I know exactly why everyone thinks from the controversy thing. I also just don't have the time to play it. There's no point in me getting into it. I don't have it's an MMO. I don't have the 100 to 300 hours to play it.
But it's not an MMO. It's
more like an Assassin's Creed.
Is it a single player?
Yeah,
I thought it was not.
I thought it was always on. No, it's not an always on. It's a single. It's more akin to Assassin's Creed. It's an open world RPG, from what I understand.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an MMO.
There's a world map, there's icons in the map, there's towers to unlock things, and there's camps to go and clear. It is a Ubisoft game.
It's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
it is.
Right. Okay.
I then got mislabeled it as an MMO.
I got the complete wrong end of the stick with that one. Okay, fine. I did. I watched a couple of them, and the graphics.
You might want to go wash your hands now.
Yeah.
The ones I'm waiting for, obviously Octopath Traveler 2. I've downloaded the demo for Sea of Stars because that looks like a very old Breath of Fire style RPG, which I do love me some Breath of Fire. As Kremlik says, Baten Kaitos has got a remaster which nobody saw coming.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3, I think.
1 and 2 for Baten Kaitos, 1, 2, and 3 for Etrian Odyssey.
Oh, that's
which
the one, yeah.
I'll give a look. But the big surprise one for me, out of nowhere, Disney's Illusion Island. Which, if ever you played Castle of Illusion or World of Illusion on the old SNES and Game Mega Drive,
no, I
is essentially the third in the trilogy.
Okay.
So this is a game 30 years in the making, essentially. Full 4-player co-op. Should be quite fun. I'm genuinely looking forward to that. I get to play as Goofy for the first time as well, so that'd be fun.
There you go.
That looks interesting then. Yeah, as I say, there's too many other games for me to worry about it.
Yeah,
I mean, hell,
you can take the duck, Kremlik. I want the doggo.
It's gonna be a busy year.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. I've been kind of waiting for a gaming year where we go, oh god, I haven't got time to play it. You go play these, I'll go play these. Like, we can guarantee that we're going to get RPGs and farming games done by Caedes. We're going to get all the sci-fi adventure story-based games done by Sarin, and I'm going to probably pick up everything else.
I've always said that 2016 was the best year for gaming. 2016 through 18 were the best set of years for gaming. Honestly, if this year keeps up with the way that February has been, this year will stomp that out the park. And there are some absolutely amazing games coming, and a lot of them remakes and remasters, which I think is a very sensible thing to do in this economy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool to see all of them come back in, because there's especially exposing the younger gamers to older games redone for them.
Yeah.
Though everyone that played it originally is going to complain most of the time.
Well, that's the thing. Most of the remakes we've had recently, we haven't complained about. They've been decent.
That's true. Dead Space? Yeah, Dead Space. The Dead Space remake
was fine.
Has had amazing reviews for it.
Yeah. Especially after Callisto Protocol.
The less of that game, the better.
as a definite member and proud to be a member of the nostalgia generation, give me remakes. Give me Croc. Give me more Spyro. Give me some Gex. Give me a remaster of LAPD Future Cop, Legend of Dragoon.
Give me the ability to play the games I used to play on something that I'm not worried about breaking.
Yeah. If you want my money, find which game you released on PlayStation 1 and re-release it now. Yeah. You will get my money.
Yeah, almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell one that me and Caedes will buy immediately, no matter what state it's in, on pre-order, guaranteed. Time Splitters.
Oh god, yeah. If you give me any of the Time Splitters games, and I will pay AAA price for that, no problem. If you give me a 1, 2, and 3 collection or a 4, I will go up to 100.
I'll still burn to that, because it's just like, please.
Still holding out on Legacy of Kain, Kremlik. We are still holding out. They put the survey out. People want it. I think Embracer are going to give it a go.
Yeah. You know what game the three I wish the three of us could play? Dokapon Kingdom.
Oh.
And if you've not heard of it, we'll talk about it next time.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, for that bombshell, who did I do first on shoutouts last time? I think it was Sarin, wasn't it? So, Caedes.
Always me. You're always getting me first.
Well, it was Argit, yeah. Well, Argit, it was the guy. So, Caedes first.
Yes, as announced, I am CaedesEnder. I am as all of us, we are a variety streamer, mine tending more towards the RPG, though that is likely to change this year, so head over to Twitch and catch me on there. YouTube content hopefully incoming if I get a project sorted this month. And I do want to make one quick announcement, which is this month is big for speedrunning. February 26th, we have Frost Fatales coming up, which is an all-female speedrunning event. And also this weekend, February 11th and 12th, we have one of the mini events, which is unapologetically black and fast. Go give them your love, go give them your support. Awesome community.
That's over on Games Done Quick, isn't it?
Games Done Quick's Twitch channel, yes. All of the information will be available on their website, and that starts on the 11th. Yeah. So this weekend.
Yeah.
And Sarin.
Yeah, I'm SarinTal. I stream Wednesdays and Fridays for the time being. We'll see what happens when the baby's born in April. For now, I am playing through story-based games, Mass Effect being the big one. And then Fridays, I do multiplayer games. We are playing Grounded with the Grounded crew. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys see you there. And once a month, I do Beyblade tournaments. We didn't get a chance to talk about that this week, but we'll probably talk about it next time.
Yeah. Awesome. And I am TBSliver. I'm live normally Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, though not tomorrow. I'm going out with some work crew. So you'll catch me again on Tuesday. But normally I'm, again, a variety streamer. I play absolutely pretty much anything apart from maybe farming games. That might actually be my limit. Because I never get that far. Yeah, and then I never complete them. Yeah, my back catalogue of incompleted games grows by at least 6 a month because of Short Play Saturday, where I pick 4 to 6. If I pick 12 games and you guys get to vote on them, that's on the last Saturday of every month. So keep an eye out for that. But apart from that, TBSliver on Twitch, Twitter while it's still alive, and at TBSliver Games for my gaming content. If you're interested in that, which I hope you are, because you're here. Listen to us now. Other than that, you can catch us on the Discord. BrokenRespawn.tv/Discord. I think there's a link in the description. There bloody well better be, because I'm fairly sure I put it there.
As he double checks now.
While you're down there in the description, don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, hit the like.
And the subscribe and the bell.
Yeah. And get notified when we go live again in 2 weeks' time. With whatever the hell the subject has been.
I'm sure we'll have a lot of content.
We'll probably be knee deep into Atlas by then.
That is true. Yes,
true. Yes, we'll be swearing a lot about Atlas, at least for the test. Me stressing out about it, and the rest of the Arbiter team crying about it. But yeah, so
because they didn't foresee the problems the Blood Wolves could do.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll do one last thing before we go. Sarin and Sliver. You guys willing to learn Pathfinder?
I'm not against it.
I was part of a Pathfinder group, so I have character.
You may have to help me then, because I think I'm looking to run one shortly. So we should talk.
Find a roleplay now. Oh, okay then.
I'd
be up for a monthly Pathfinder.
Yeah, just something to get us in. Get the community together once a month, and we shall talk.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well then, on that bombshell, we'll have to catch you all next time. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and ta-ra.
Take care.